Have you ever imagined finding a mysterious machine humming softly in a dusty garage or hidden lab, and wondered what would happen if you could step inside, press a glowing button, and suddenly slip through time itself? The idea of a time machine makes your brain light up because it promises adventures that feel impossible, like visiting dinosaurs for lunch or peeking into your own future without having to wait. When philosophers think about time machines, they do not just think about cool gadgets, but also about tricky questions that twist the mind like a pretzel. One big question asks what would happen if you traveled to the past and changed something small, like accidentally knocking over a pebble that was never supposed to move. That tiny change could grow into something huge, like a snowball rolling downhill and turning into an avalanche that reshapes history in unexpected ways. Some thinkers worrying this could cause confusing problems, where events start chasing each other in circles instead of moving forward. For example, if you traveled back to stop a mistake, but that trip itself caused the mistake, your story would feel like a knot that cannot be untied. Other philosophers imagine that the universe might protect itself by creating different timelines, like parallel stories running side by side. In that case, changing the past would not erase your present, but would create a new branch where things happen differently. This idea makes time feel less fragile and more like a tree with many branches growing at once. Thinking about time machines also makes people wonder about the future and whether it can be visited safely. If you saw your future self, you might feel tempted to copy their choices or avoid their mistakes. But knowing the future too clearly could make life feel like following instructions instead of making real decisions. Some philosophers argue that part of being human is not knowing what happens next, because mystery gives choices their meaning. A time machine could turn surprises into spoilers, which sounds fun at first, but might feel empty after a while. Scientists also join the discussion by pointing out that time travel is extremely complicated according to what we know about physics. Some theories suggest time travel might be possible under very strange conditions involving massive energy, extreme speeds, or objects like black holes. These ideas make time machines feel more like science fiction than something you can build from spare parts. Even so, imagining time travel helps people understand time itself more clearly. When you picture moving through time like moving through space, you start noticing how special the present moment really is. The present is the only place where you can act, choose, and change anything at all. A time machine might let you visit other moments, but it would not replace the power of now. Some thinkers say that if time machines existed, they would test your self-control more than your bravery. You might feel tempted to fix embarrassing moments, undo bad choices, or skip boring days. But constantly rewriting your past could stop you from learning, growing, and becoming stronger. Mistakes, after all, are not just problems but teachers wearing awkward disguises. A world with time machines might be full of people trying to perfect their lives, yet feeling strangely unsatisfied. Others imagine time travel as a tool for understanding, where you observe history instead of changing it. Watching the past without touching it could teach empathy because you would see how real people struggled, hoped, and tried their best. This kind of time travel would turn history from a list of dates into a living story. Still, even watching without changing things might affect how you see yourself. You could realize that people in the past were not so different from you, even though their world looked very strange. Thinking about time machines also makes you notice that memory already works like a tiny version of time travel. When you remember something clearly, your mind revisits the past while your body stays in the present. Imagination does something similar with the future, letting you visit moments that have not happened yet. In this way, humans already travel through time using thought instead of machines. This suggests that the most powerful time machine might be your own mind. Instead of traveling to the past to fix things, you can learn from it right now. Instead of jumping to the future, you can prepare for it by what you do today. Time machines sound exciting, but they also remind us how precious each moment is. If you could go anywhere in time, every ordinary day would suddenly feel important. So even without a time machine, you still hold something amazing. You have the ability to shape your future understand your past, and live fully in the present. And that might be the most powerful kind of time travel of all.